Hey everybody, welcome back to the Little Box Kitchen Quarantine Edition. Hi Mom, and hey friends and family. I hope everyone is doing okay and staying safe out there. So today I wanted to, I wanted to feel some comforts from home. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a little bit of Amogio, which is like, it's kind of like a salsa. It's an Italian salsa in a way, or Sicilian. It depends. I know that there's different recipes out there according to the interwebs, but this is the recipe that my family uses, and yeah, a lot of good memories around a big bowl of Amogio, I'm telling you. Anyway, it's a type of salsa, very garlic heavy, of course, always, and yeah, I remember, being outside in the backyard at my grandmother's house, and my grandfather would put the steaks on the grill, and my grandmother would make a huge, it's like a vat, a huge bowl of this stuff, and we'd have a pile of fresh Italian bread right next to it. So you'd get your steak, on the plate. You'd go down the line and you get a piece of bread, and then you take a ladle of Amogio and you just drizzle it all over the steak, and dip your bread in it, and just literally, yeah, it's just great. Anyway, good memories. So I wanted to go ahead and make a little batch of it today, and then also freeze some of it so that there's more for the week, trying to save and portion it out. So I'll use it for my turkey burgers or my veggie burgers, that kind of thing, since I can't grill steak right now here. So anyway, I hope you enjoy, and shout out to my family for the amazing recipe. So let's see if I can get it right. And here we go. Of course, we start out with some garlic, about 4 cloves should do it, some Roma tomatoes, organic if you can, olive oil, of course, and fresh mint. My grandmother used to always get it from the garden, so it's always perfect. Then, of course, a NutriBullet or blender and some sea salt. And that should do it. Okay, so first we're going to go ahead and chop up the cloves of garlic, just to make it a little easier on the NutriBullet. Go ahead and pop those in. And we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt. Now, my salt shaker doesn't, sometimes it comes out too fast. So I'm going to shake it up, and then I'm just going to use a spoon just to make sure I don't put too much salt in it. There we go. So now I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil to start with, and this is just so that the garlic and the salt and the olive oil kind of fuse together, because we're going to go ahead and do a quick little blend just to chop this first bit up. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to check this. As I suspected, I added that olive oil because it kind of sticks to the top. So I'm going to go ahead and just push everything down before adding the other ingredients. You may have better luck with, KitchenAid or a different type of blender. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start adding the mint leaves. I'm trying not to get the stems in there, pulling off all the leaves. And like I said, my grandparents, they had a garden in their backyard, so we'd always have fresh mint and tomatoes. They grew their own tomatoes as well. And now we'll go ahead and add the Roma tomatoes. Of course, taking out some of the core, having to peel off or cut off a couple of the spots that may or may not be on your tomatoes. So we'll go ahead and clean those up and then just cut them into manageable chunks for your blender. Pop those in. And again, as far as like how many tomatoes versus how much mint, I'm going based on my NutriBullet. Okay, so we're going to leave a couple of tomatoes out, and I'll show you why in a moment. Let's go ahead and blend this up first. Okay, let's see what we have. Yep, that's about right. So, I mean, you can blend it more than this. Some people like it a little more chunky and thick. Sometimes it's a lot smoother, but we're gonna go ahead and try it a little more chunky. I'm gonna add a little more olive oil, and we're gonna throw these extra tomatoes in, and we'll give it another little pulse. And this is just to, be careful with our consistency. Obviously, it's really easy to overblend, and it's fine if you want it that way. That's it. So on the chunkier side, but you can go ahead and blend it down if you don't want it that thick. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna give this a taste. Now my aunts were explaining to me, try to use the olive oil last, and I didn't do that. I was kind of concerned with my NutriBullet. Things would get really sticky and cloggy, so I used a little bit of olive oil to kind of mix it in, to kind of get it lubricated first. But I tried not to use too much olive oil, and the consistency is up to you. So some people like it more smooth, so you can just go ahead and puree it even further. But usually they try to do it a little bit chunky. So let's give it a taste. See if I got it right. Oh yeah, big bag, why not? Oh, there's the kick. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yep, this is good. So feel free to play with it a little bit. I find that there seems to be a good balance of both, or of everything. Oh, that's really good. That's just really awesome. Yes. Oh my God. And here we have it. A Beyond Burger topped with Amogio, smashed red skin potatoes with sour cream and dill. Thank you for joining me again for the Little Box Kitchen. I hope you all enjoyed it, and enjoy. Ciao.